With me here is kind of new head coach of Cal State Fullerton, Nicky Cannon. Nicky, great to have you on this day.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Well, interesting how you're one of three new coaches in the Big West in the 2025 season, but not really, so to speak. You actually just a short freeway ride from your old place, UC Riverside, now over to Cal State Fullerton, but you're very familiar. Can you talk about your previous experience at Cal State Fullerton and how that'll be different now here coming into 2025?
Yeah, it's so fun. I feel like Fullerton has always been home for me. And even, when I was here as an assistant coach from 2019 through, part of the spring of 22, I made so many connections. I really fell in love with this place. Everyone from like the resources to the administration. So being able to come back, huge blessing. And to be able to come back as a head coach, of course, just super blessed and excited to be in this role. And so random, even my family, we bought a house in Brea while I was coaching at Riverside. And, who knew that, one day I would not have to be making the hour drive, and I would be literally 10 minutes from Fullerton. So it's just exciting to be back. It's like I never left. I, remember all the things and the hustles and the grind of being an assistant here. So it's helped me to be able to, get Ariel and Kenny up to speed really quickly. So I'm like, oh, yep, I remember that. I remember this. This is what we're doing for this one. So we've all kind of acclimated quickly to the new roles.
Well, it's a great segue to my next question for you, and that's, how has the transition been, if any, it seems?
The biggest part of the transition was recruiting in a new roster. So, the transition as far as getting acclimated here and, figuring out the process, that was easy. I had that done within the first 10 days. But it was bringing in 16 new players and really just hitting the ground running with recruiting. That by far, took the majority of our time and efforts. And I think, we did a great job.
Well, being that you were in the same conference as last year on your previous team, what are your key takeaways from what you know of the current Cal State Fullerton Titan team?
I don't really look too much. And it's funny, even when we're out recruiting, when we talk about what we want to accomplish this year, what's our vision, our purpose this year, we don't ever reflect on previous years. We don't ever talk about how, their lack of wins last year or what it was like, because we're so forward focused that everything we do and talk about, even in the recruiting process, it's everyone was wanting to be a part of building something. And everyone that decided to commit wants to be a part of this new legacy. And there's really no, I don't want to say leftover vibes or feelings or of the previous team or program. It's what we're implementing right now, where we want to go.
Excellent. Well, you do have two players that are key returners here in this upcoming season, Katisha Hall and Maya Tillman. But what kind of role do you expect them to play here on the Nicky Cannon era?
I'll start with Maya. Maya is literally, she was sitting in my office 5 seconds ago before this started. And she is that type of player that just wants to learn and grow and be around leadership and always pick and mold herself into the best form of Maya Tillman. And I think, you can see the reps that she's been taking and the work she's been putting in, not just on the court, but the books that she's been reading this summer. And I'm excited for her to step into a role that maybe she's never had before. She's already been deemed a team leader this season, so that's exciting. And I know something that she's just born for. And then Katisha, she's going to be a great returner because she's got the seasons behind her. She's got the experience in the Big West Conference. She's very versatile across the net. We've been doing a lot of stuff with her in the spring, not just having her as a middle. We've put her on the pins. We've put her in the back row passing, and she's just an all-around great volleyball player. So I'm kind of excited to see, where we'll end up putting her, but I think the experience is going to be really important for us.
let's transition. You always want to be looking forward. You've got some new faces coming in here, but who do you expect will be competing for positions in that starting 6/7, counting the libero?
Right. I mean, it's if you want to start with the libero position, we do have two. We actually have a lot of really good liberos coming in. I was literally telling my staff, I was like, if we are not the best passing and defensive team in the Big West, I don't know who is, because we really do have some great talent. We have a player from Germany, Mia, who's an incoming freshman. She took a gap year, and so she's just got a lot of experience playing at a high level, playing with older players. We have Kaeva, who's a transfer from BYU libero. So, she's played at a higher level and got a lot of experience there. And then, we have another libero, Kaya, who's coming from GCU and also played at a high level. We just have a lot of great liberos coming in with great talent and have played at high levels where the Big West isn't going to phase them. So I think that's really exciting. But I mean, outside of that, we're going to have some freshmen on the court. That's for sure. There's going to be some freshmen competing for positions with upperclassmen and transfers. But it's exciting to see the blend because we have 9 freshmen and 9 transfers. So there'll be some freshmen, getting their Big West wings this year for sure.
Well, with that, obviously there's great excitement because obviously being closer to home now and in a familiar place, but what has you the most excited about this upcoming 2025 season?
I think it's just making an impact, this first year, we talk about this, new era, new legacy and all of that, but it's the excitement that comes from like me and my staff to have created the vision of what we want, and then to speak it with such conviction that we got 16 players to want to be a part of it and are insanely excited about literally like ingraining their legacy in this new era, and I think for that it's like they will follow your lead, like they are following our lead. And I think I'm most excited about that is just like laying out that vision and everyone wanting to be a part of it, generating more of like a fan base, more support in the community. I think just, revitalizing Cal State Fullerton volleyball is what excites me the most, and all the people that are on board to want to be a part of it.
Nice. Well, with that, with the Big West, obviously a lot of changes coming up in the near future here, expanding with the addition of Sacramento State, Cal Baptist, and Utah Valley. But what are your thoughts on the direction of where the Big West is going?
I mean, I really want to get back to this place, I think it was my first year when I was at Fullerton as an assistant, where like 3 teams are making it to the NCAA tournament, and I think yes, I know we're losing the powerhouses of Davis and Hawaii, but with Sacramento State and Utah coming in and always being in the top 3 of their conference, Cal Bap has a great standing, in the past as well, and they've always been a strong program. I want us all to get back to this place of, multiple teams making it into the tournament, and I definitely think we can do that. I mean, the volleyball is getting more competitive. Every team is growing. Every team is getting better. You see the transfers that we're getting, and it's exciting.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go and end on this last question. You kind of answered it a little bit, but what is your Big West bold prediction? I know that was already sent out to you, but only a few coaches answered it, which I think is funny. So I'm gonna hit you kind of out of the blue here with that question.
My bold prediction was that we'll be in the tournament. Outside of that, this emoji, I'm gonna do that.
All right, this is Cal State Fullerton Titan head coach. First season, but very familiar with the digs. That's Nicky Cannon. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.